Hey guys, this is Kingelffe, and welcome back to another entry into the Minecraft Encyclopedia. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the new 116 mobs, Piglin. We're going to look at the main differences between Piglins and their predecessors, the zombie pigmen, as well as the new things that Mojang introduced into the game with this mob. First, we're going to look at spawning, health, and damage of the zombie piglins. Piglins generally spawn in groups of 4 in the Crimson Forest and Nether Waste biomes, as well as the new pre-generated structures in the Nether, the Bastion Remnant. They will not spawn in the Soul Sand Valley or in the Warped Forest biomes that were introduced into the game, though. They require a light level of 11 or lower to spawn, and unlike most mobs, they will actually spawn when your game is in peaceful mode. However, they are 100% passive when they spawn in peaceful. There's a 5% chance that a piglin will spawn as a baby, as well as the size of a fully grown piglin, an adult one, is 1.95 blocks tall and 0.6 blocks wide, so they do require a 1 by 2 area to spawn. Piglins spawn with 16 health or 8 hearts, and they'll be hostile to the player unless you're wearing at least one piece of golden armor, or, if you're on peaceful, that works too. They can spawn with either a golden sword or a crossbow as a weapon, and as such they have 2 possible attacks, either ranged or melee. Range damage, it can be between 1 and 5 damage, regardless of the difficulty that you're playing on. And for melee damage, the damage will be as follows. On easy, piglins deal 5 damage. On normal, they deal 8. And on hard, they deal 12 damage. Next, we're going to look at loot and bartering. In terms of loot, piglins are pretty boring with their drops. They have an 8.5% chance to drop enchanted or regular golden armor, as well as whatever weapon they're wielding. But as far as drops go, that is it. Piglins aren't generally a mob that you want to kill. You actually want to keep them alive, with one of the new mechanics that Mojang introduced, bartering. Similar to villager trading, but you can get different items with it, and a lot of them are items that were previously unfarmable in Minecraft, so these guys are really cool. For bartering, when you throw a golden ingot at one of these guys, they will pick it up, and oh, there he is. And they'll examine it for 6 seconds, because they like to admire shiny things like gold, and they'll throw you some loot, just like that. The loot that you get from the piglins comes from the bartering loot table, and it consists of 18 items, and those items can drop between 1 and 36 of each of those items. So we're going to go through the bartering loot table real quick here. So let's start with the most common items. So there's an 8.71% chance of receiving the following items: obsidian, crying obsidian, fire charges, leather, soul sand, nether brick, spectral arrows, gravel, and blackstone. There's also a 4.36% chance of receiving string or nether quartz. There's a 2.18 chance of getting a water bottle, iron nuggets, or ender pearls. There's a 1.74% chance of getting iron boots with soul speed on it, and there's also a 1.74% chance of getting a splash or regular potion of fire resistance. And finally, there's a 1.09% chance of getting a soul speed book. That's the most rare thing to get from the loot table. Also, a lot of people are saying that there's a chance to get a netherite hoe, but it's very rare. This is only the case in Bedrock Edition. This is not a feature in Java. Now it's time to look at their behavior and their different variants. As I said before, piglins will admire golden ingots, but that's not the only thing that they will admire. They'll also pick up anything made out of gold, with the exception of fireworks stars, netherite ingots, banner patterns, and powered rails. Much like villagers, piglins also have 8 hidden inventory slots to pick up items. So when you're throwing them gold items, you'll see that they will pick them up. He's going to pick up the gold, examine it for a little bit, throw him a chest piece as well. He's going to pick that up. He's not going to throw anything back though. He's just going to take that, probably equip it actually. We'll throw him some golden horse armor. We'll examine that. That'll go right into his inventory. Not going to throw anything back once again. He'll only throw items back for golden ingots. We'll give him a pickaxe as well. And we're not going to give him the helmet, because he'll just equip that as well. So once he finishes examining this, the biggest difference between the villager inventory and the piglin inventory is when you kill the piglin, he'll actually drop all of the things that you threw to him, minus the golden ingots. Piglins will also be hostile to specific mobs in the nether, so they will attack skeletons, wither skeletons, and hoglins if they're in proximity, and they do attack in hordes. So if I throw down this wither skeleton here, these guys, and everyone within 16 blocks is going to aggro that wither skeleton. And if I were to aggro them, then they would all attack me as well, and they would hold aggro for 30 seconds, unlike their predecessor, the zombie pigman, who would hold a grudge against you for the rest of his life. So I mentioned earlier that if a player is wearing a piece of gold armor, then piglins will not be aggressive towards them, but there is an exception to that rule. If they're within 16 blocks of you, and you open a trapped chest, an ender chest, a barrel, or a shulker box, they will aggro you regardless of what you're wearing. So if I open this chest here, usually they aggro. Let's give them a direct line of sight. Now they're mad. Now they're mad. Yep, here they come. So yeah, if you open any of those, then they will become aggressive towards you for 30 seconds, and then they'll lose aggro. Same as if you break a gold block in their vicinity. That makes them mad too. So yeah, these guys all want to kill me right now. Finally, there are also two variants of the piglin. The piglin brute spawns in the Bastion Remnant, and they do not respawn once you kill them. They hit harder than regular piglins, dealing 7 damage on easy, 13 damage on normal, and 19 damage on hard. So they can almost one-hit you. 19 damage is 9.5 hearts. So yeah, watch out for those guys because they've also got 50 health, which is 25 hearts. And they're always hostile. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You could be in full gold and they'll still hate you. The other variant is the zombified piglin, which are basically just renamed zombie pigmen. And the only difference now is that piglins can turn into zombified piglins if you bring them through into the overworld. It'll take about 15 seconds, but they'll turn into a zombified piglin, and they'll have nausea for 10 seconds, and they'll have all the properties of a regular zombie pigman. Alright guys, so that's our entry on piglins. Today we went over how they spawn, their health, and their damage. We looked at the loot they drop as well as how to barter with them, and their behaviors and different variants. And you guys have no idea how many times I accidentally said zombie pigman instead of piglin today. It was kind of annoying. So yeah, let's just take that book. Why am I shifting? Plop it back into its spot over here. And that'll be it for today. We're going to wrap it up right here. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.